The ZT M.U.D. Such an iconic zero tolerance piece, and an iconic Hawk Knives piece for sure. I went back to look at the specs and original pricing on these and when they came out, and now I feel old. These things came out almost 20 years ago, back in 2007. Yeah. What's even more mind-blowing to me is I looked up the original price, and these were a sub $200 knife. These were $180 MSRP, and that is just wild. The M.U.D name, multi-use dirt defiant, that just all comes from the fact that this implementation of the Hawk lock uses a totally sealed pivot and lock mechanism. You've got a rubber boot around the lock bar there, keeps any dust and dirt from working its way under the scale into the lock mechanism. And then you have urethane gaskets in between the blade and the frames, and that keeps any dirt or dust or anything from getting into the pivot mechanism, making this pretty much maintenance free. This has never been opened up. Actually, I take that back. I opened this up for a teardown. But it was just as smooth when I pulled it out of the box from the guy I got it from in a trade as it was the day it was put together. Yeah. Really, really chunky piece. Great ergonomics. You choke up there. You need to do some detail work. Big old thumb stud, no problem getting to it with gloves on. Same thing with the lock mechanism. This really just kind of epitomizes what zero tolerance was originally about, which was hardcore, heavy-duty knives for professionals, people who really don't have time to worry about doing maintenance or getting grit in their knife and having it possibly compromise the lock mechanism. You could throw this thing into puddles, mud, dirt, sand, whatever, and it's just going to take it and ask for more. Sadly, speaking of the price, these are not going for sub $200 prices these days. They were going in the $500 range a few years back. Probably more like 6 years, maybe 10 years back. But with the recent popularity of Hawk knife designs really taking off, the secondary price on these has absolutely skyrocketed, and you're looking to pay probably at least $1,000 for a really clean one with the box and paperwork. Yeah, it is what it is. It is a phenomenal knife. It really is. And in today's market, when you figure a millet version of the custom Hawk M.U.D is going to set you back probably double that, if not more, I still see it as a great value. And to be honest, I always actually kind of preferred the ZT version because I prefer bigger knives. The millet custom versions were decent amount smaller. I did a side-by-side a while back. So that's something to take into account if you actually wanted to pick one of these up to use. The ZT versions are a big boy. So yeah, figured I'd pull this thing out. It's been about a year since it got some love. Hope you guys enjoyed that little look at my ZT M.U.D. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Back at the grind. Weekends always end too soon.